Every year dozens of boats catch fire and burn to the waterline. Fire on board a boat is a very serious risk which the sensible boat owner needs to be aware of and prepare for. In this video I'm going to share the 5 essential habits I have to help keep the risk of my boat catching fire as low as possible, especially when I'm not on board. Hello, I'm David Pestridge of White Hat Marine Surveying, located in the beautiful county of Devon in the United Kingdom. My mission is to help people understand boats better. Owning a boat is meant to mean fun days out with family, friends or by yourself, and it usually is, but on average in the UK 2 people die every year in small boat fires. In my work as a marine surveyor since 2008, I've seen a great many boats that are ill prepared to detect fire, and when it does happen, to do anything about it. In this video I'm going to share my top 5 essential habits to improve the fire safety on your boat. The first of the 5 essential habits I recommend to you is to keep gas lockers for gas cylinders only. All too often I see gas lockers packed full of fuel canisters, oil cans and other cleaning agents, all combining to create an amazing combination of combustible and flammable materials to help a fire to really get going when something does catch fire. Any locker for gas or other fuels must be self-draining to allow any escaped gas or fuel to drain away overboard. Older boats often have no such drains and allow gas and fuel vapours to drain into the bilge as they are heavier than air. Here they can slowly build up to dangerous quantities until ignited by a spark. Test your gas locker by tipping a bucket of water into it and watch where it goes. This brings me on to the second of the 5 essential habits I recommend, which is to fit a bilge gas alarm to detect any gas build-up in the bilge. To go with this, I would always add a gas leakage tester or bubble tester installed by the gas bottle. These are relatively inexpensive items but which add a huge capability to your boat. Being able to detect gas in the bilge or a leak in the system every time you come on board and switch on the gas brings real peace of mind. Having a bilge gas alarm will make sure that the gas doesn't build up to dangerous quantities. If it alarms, you can clear the bilge by pumping the manual bilge pump until it runs dry, and then for another 50 pumps to suck up the heavier than air gas until the gas alarm stops beeping. If you're finding this video insightful, I'd really appreciate you hitting the like button to help spread the word to other boat owners. Thank you. The third of my 5 essential habits to avoid fire is to get into the habit of turning the gas off at the cylinder when you've finished cooking rather than at the cooker, as this allows any gas in the pipework to burn off rather than run the risk that it escapes into the bilge. I talked in my 5 essential habits video about preventing sinking of the importance of having a closing up list. And closing gas and fuel taps is a key item that should be on this list whenever you leave your boat. The risk to life when a fire starts on a boat is really high, especially if you are at sea. So my 4th essential habit is to install quality carbon monoxide and smoke detectors. Every year in the UK people die from carbon monoxide poisoning, frequently on boats, and these detectors can alert you and others to this odourless, tasteless, poisonous gas. Again, these are low-cost items which will detect carbon monoxide at really low concentrations, allowing you to stay safely on board and escape quickly before the serious effects kick in. They will also alert you and others to the presence of smoke before a fire really gets going. And this can also be really useful when you leave your boat in the marina and give nearby boat owners or the marina staff early warning of a fire. If a fire does break out when you are on board, it really does help to have some firefighting capability, giving you options to fight the fire as a first response. My 5th essential habit is to carry at least 2 good quality approved fire extinguishers, more if your boat is over 35 foot. I always advise against those cheap little 1 litre powder extinguishers as they don't last long, they create a massive cloud which will inhibit your breathing, and even if you do put out the fire they leave a huge mess to clean up. Plus, unless you've regularly upended them and given the base a couple of taps, the powder slowly compacts in the bottom. Modern extinguishers use a really fine water mist, often with a fire suppressant additive, and are much more effective at tackling fires and leave very little mess afterwards. You might also want to think about installing an automatic clean agent fire extinguisher in the engine and fuel tank spaces. These are heat activated units filled with Fe36 or FM200 or some other clean agent. They are really effective in enclosed spaces. In bigger engine rooms, I advise having 2 installed, with the second one on a command wire, which gives you a second shot at putting out an engine room fire. Finally, it really is worth having an approved fire blanket mounted in a readily accessible location in case of fire in the galley or if someone's clothing catches fire. You can also use it to smother burning objects or to pick them up to throw them overboard. Again, fire blankets are low-cost insurance policies but which give you a much greater chance of you and your boat surviving a fire. These 5 essential habits should help you keep your vessel in good order and safe from burning when you aren't on board, and give you a decent chance of fighting and surviving a fire should it break out when you are. If you learned something new watching this video, please consider supporting the channel by buying me a beer using a link in the description below. Thanks for watching, I'll see you all next time.